4.8 wipe just deleted everything, and in this version of the verse, picking the wrong ship on day one won't just slow you down, it'll leave you broke and stranded. From the humble Titan to the Hercules, these are some of the ships I'll be using to rebuild my empire from zero. So many to choose from, but which ones do I keep going back to? Which multi-role ships can actually do it all? Well, as usual, let's start at the bottom. I wish I could say we start with the Aurora, but I just don't feel it anymore. Not even the Mark II. No, the Auroras get ignored over here these days. I'd much rather hop in an Avenger Titan, especially if it's the Renegade. It's one entry-level ship I can always find a use for, whether it's transporting boxes from point A to B or loading up a hoverbike and clearing out drug dens. It's also a great ship to take to PAF sites, as it fits perfectly next to the garage where rare ship components can be farmed or stolen from. And if you get caught, the Titan is pretty capable of taking care of itself, whether that's fighting back or just running. Sometimes running is the right call. I really wish they'd give the Titan series a Mark II overhaul. Come on CIG, sell me a Titan Mark II. I'd buy it. Seriously, back in 4.7 when we were all millionaires and billionaires, I'd still fly the Renegade just because. There's just something awesome about that ship. No pretense, it doesn't try to be something it's not, it's a workhorse, and sometimes that's exactly what you need when the verse is throwing everything at you. Next, the Cutlass Red does it for me. Good firepower, good maneuverability, and 4 respawns via the onboard medical beds make this my go-to for farming rare components at QV stations, as seen in this video. It's tough, but extremely visible, especially with the lights on. Thou shalt be seen. This was also the first ship I bought with aUEC in 4.8, and honestly, whether I want to move cargo, run mercenary contracts, go mining, or just explore, the Cutlass Red just stays useful. Year after year, patch after patch. There's a reason you see it everywhere. It's not a coincidence. It's just a really good ship that punches well above its price tag. And that's the thing about Drake ships in general, isn't it? They're not pretty, they're not refined, but they work, and they keep working, and somehow that makes you love them even more. The Cutlass Red hits different when you're running hot in a station, and you know you've got beds to fall back on. That peace of mind is worth a lot in 4.8. Now, the Clipper. I feel like I should mention it after flying it a lot since release and initially loving it. Look, it looks like a dream, but in 4.8 it feels like bringing a luxury sedan to a mud wrestling match. It's fun until you realize it just can't take a hit or carry the cargo you need to actually make bank. I still like it, but I'm not reaching for it while rebuilding. Fun ship, won't get you rich. I have it as one of my pledge ships, sure, but would I grind for it? Probably not. It's just lacking that something. Then we have the Constellation Andromeda. Remember your first Connie? The scale, the power, and then the first missile hit you and your engines floated away. Yep, 4.8 hasn't quite fixed that problem just yet, but the firepower still makes it a king. 4 size 5 weapons never get old, and the Andromeda's true weakness is agility, not ambition. Whichever constellation you choose, it will make you money, expand your adventures, and let you play Star Citizen in almost any way you want. Great first big ship. If you don't have one yet, the Connie just has this personality to it, this feeling that you're flying something that actually matters in the verse. But before you buy one, you need to see what 4.8 did to the shields. Stick around because next up is the ship everyone thinks they want, but I actually find kind of clunky. The Drake Corsair. For many people it does the trick. I totally get why. Multi-role, decent range, loyal fanbase. To me it just feels slow and heavy, and I don't know, it's probably the speed that kills it for me. But hey, the Corsair crowd is loyal. You Corsair people know you're fine, we see you. Now I'd normally reach straight for the TAC or the Asgard here, and look, I'm not going to pretend those ships don't absolutely dominate. The Asgard especially still haunts almost every best of list I've made recently. There is one specific game loop in 4.8 where nothing else even comes close, and I'll show you exactly what that is at the end. But today they're disqualified. We're giving the other ships a chance. But let's be real, rebuilding an empire isn't just about surviving the day. It's about scaling up. And eventually every solo pilot hits a wall where they need more than just a cockpit. They need a mobile base, something that carries your operation with you instead of sending you back to a station every 20 minutes. I've loved the M2 Hercules long before the armor updates, and there's no way I'm skipping it. With Crusader's Hercules line, you'll always get the C2 or A2 debate, and even though all three plays a role, the M2 was my first. I got it for the pilot guns and the fact it only sits 174 SEU below a C2. Bounties and mercenary contracts were always more my thing, so the cargo gap didn't bother me. Fast forward to 4.8 though, the A2 is just the smarter buy now. The M2 is great, but for a little more, the A2 gives you way more bang for your buck, literally. So this time around, I'm skipping the C2 and M2 and going straight for the A2, because it's the bomb. See what I did there? I made, yeah, you saw. The Hercules ships are just so versatile. Bring a small mining ship like a Golem, a snub like the new Pitbull, or the ultimate mercenary rover, an Ursa Medivac. Or throw in 2 tanks and some ICT mechs and go attack an org. When people talk about ships that scale with your ambition, this is exactly what they mean. Solo player works. 4-man crew looking for trouble works. Org operation with logistic needs still works. That's genuinely rare. The Hercules is really the ceiling of what I'd call a true daily driver for most players. Go bigger and things get complicated fast. Flying a Polaris solo is a very different kind of experience, one that mostly involves walking through empty hallways wondering what were you thinking when you bought it. The Carrack has the same problem, great with a crew, just a tad lonely solo. If you're flying alone, the Hercules is your ceiling, and honestly, it's a pretty great ceiling to have. So there's the list, from the scrappy little Titan grinding POF sites all the way up to the Hercules dropping tanks on orgs. These are the ships actually moving the needle for me in 4.8, and look, I mentioned the Asgard and I promised I'd come back to it. There is one specific game loop where nothing else even comes close. I'll drop that video right here, go watch it, you'll understand why it never leaves my hangar.